All right, so we have a whole new format, and I guess we should start. You are watching the Petty Betty podcast. And I am Aphid Betty with my two other sisters.
Yeah, I'm Betty, baby.
And I'm Denali. Hey, sisters.
The two Dee-Dees. Dee-Dee!
My purple dragon sisters. Oh my god.
Crazy. We haven't really seen each other since.
No, because we're all just so busy.
Wait, are you home?
Where have you been?
Yeah, are you in Chicago right now?
I am finally home. I've literally, we've had a lot of sporadic work, but for the past 3 weeks, I had a chunk where I was literally gone for 3 weeks. And I don't know if y'all are experiencing this, but as I get older, it is getting harder and harder to do tours and be away for a long extended period of time. I don't mind a pop-in or a weekend, but just the regulation of it all, where you're out of your patterns and shit. I'm just like, damn, this is getting hard. But very lucky, very blessed to be working right now, especially in the times that we are in both the industry and both the...
I was going to say, I think Daya's schedule has fucked me up the most.
Girl, I've been putting acid on her tiptoes. Well, first of all, we were on the same time zone for
my schedule's been okay, but Daya's schedule has fucked me up.
You've been busy. You work the world. How's work the world? You've been working.
Listen, I'm just saying, when I'm on a mission or when I am working or I'm doing something, I purely live 100% in that bubble, in that world. So it's I was just in a different time of day than Acid would text us. Hold on. Acid would text in our Petty Betty group chat about plans, and it would be at 10 a.m. Mind you, we would be out until 4 a.m. and not going to sleep on the bus until 5.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't respond the next day until 2. But when it's 2 o'clock, I'm about to start painting because I have to start getting ready for work. So I was getting the tail end of all of the conversations, and it was pissing Acid off.
Because you were never responding.
But I would respond really, really at a time. I would respond where I could respond, but then I would have to go work, and then I would be busy for a couple more hours.
I think that's one thing people don't realize about tours. You have no decompression time unless it's really, really late at night. So you're sleeping, you're waking right up, you're unpacking your stuff, and you're getting into traffic.
Yeah, but a professional puts it in the schedule knowing, that they have this extra little bit of work that they have to do.
Hey, but listen.
Maybe I have to film some cameos. I have to do this. I got to film this. A little bit of things. And then I do my live show. Hey.
But did I ever not do what I was supposed to do?
Girl, I'm being so sweet to you.
That's the real question. Okay, well.
You've done our thumbnail once. And this is our 12th episode. You want to know there?
I have a complete...
You failed 11 times.
Off-topic question for you, okay? Who is on your shirt? Is that Eureka?
No, it's me again.
That is not you.
It's me.
You would not wear that hair.
That's Ginger.
Oh, a Ginger fan.
Okay, I have a question since you brought her up. Is this rude?
I just wanted to know who was on your shirt, sister.
You're a big Ginger fan?
Okay.
Gag. Who knew?
I have 4 of these. I have 4 of her shirts, and I wear them all the time. But I don't know how to bring this up, but I saw a video on a podcast, which made me think, which is why I asked we should bring her on the show. But she confessed that Cynthia Erivo belted out her battle hymn, if you will, before the lip sync. And I don't recall that.
Lip Sync for Your Life with Betty, the Defying Gravity original Broadway cast recording version for the movie girls.
The funniest part was, and I was hoping they would leave it in, but they didn't. They do that whole setup of, as a tribute to the OG Broadway witches, we're gonna da-da-da-da-da. And then Cynthia goes, because they wouldn't fucking release art. Because this was before the movie came out. We all told her, we were like, we're not gonna do this lip sync until you stand up and do the battle cry. So Cynthia Erivo stood up and did the whole battle cry as loud as could be, sent chills through my spine, which is why I was crying before the song even started.
Wait, what?
Look at your faces.
I feel like I need to see the video.
Okay, so I
think
know.
I've
I
seen
don't know
this
how to
video.
fucking play
I
it.
think I've seen this video as well, and I remember thinking,
It's like an interview, and she says something like, "Oh no, this Broadway recording is not. I know it's not you, Cynthia. So we need like to be inspired or something." So Cynthia like gave her a version of it, and it moved Ginger so emotionally, and that is why she was so emotionally like connected to the song.
Okay.
I don't recall her or Ariana singing. If either one of them sang like live then, I probably would have shat my pants.
I'm saying that did not happen.
Yeah.
I
Like none of them
Well,
worked.
listen, I could have been in a full blackout mode, but I think I was standing right next to her on stage, and I don't remember any of that. But
You don't recall?
no, maybe I was in my own brain. Who fucking
She
knows?
did not do the battle cry. That is not true stuff. I hear here on the Petty Betty podcast that you guys like to start with the rose and thorn of the week.
Shut up.
Today in the workroom, I'm feeling fierce, fabulous, and fresh, and I'm ready to take this challenge on.
Oh no.
Well, then you can be first.
I will be first then.
The competition is really heating up.
The competition's really heating up, you guys. I've just been really in my head, but I really feel like the crown is mine to take. My rose of the week has been reconnecting with the fans. I think I've been on tour for the past few weeks, and it's been really, really fab and fun. I've been doing a tour that's tough. Like, it's really tough. You're kind of like in the like trenches of the drag clubs and things like that, and it's been hard, and it's kind of hot some days, and you're just like, your dressing room is in like a shabby broom closet of like a Hamburger Mary sometimes, but there's something about like reconnecting to drag's roots right now that feels really special, and reconnecting the fans face to face, grabbing their tips, really feeling like I'm like a drag queen in this
Grabbing
moment.
their tips. I love
Grabbing
that.
their tips, but you know what I'm saying? Like actually having human
They're like,
connection.
ow, Denali, I wasn't expecting that.
Fuck you. Circumcising the fans, making sure that they're all spayed and neutered. No, it's just been really fun reconnecting with them, and I don't know if you guys feel this, but like ever since All Stars, there's just been like a really like sweet kindness. I think the 18 of us being there was a lot of people to support, and they've just been like very like, we want to ride for you even harder, and it's been really lovely. I don't know, it's been really nice. And then I think my thorn is also doing those shows. Like the work is hard. The work is hard, and sometimes you're like,
I fucking love you.
I had to do like 6 shows in a row in 6 different cities, and this is just after the VMAs and in between some like really crazy work. So there's been like 3 weeks where I haven't been home, and my thorn is just getting out of my rhythms. You're at home. I know these are like very practical, boring answers, but it's true. Like getting out of the rhythms of your life and like regulating yourself. It's so hard to do on tour. But I'm grateful to be working, and my mantra, as many people have been hearing online, is that 2 things can exist at once. So I'm very grateful that I'm working, and I'm also kind of tired, and I think both of those things are really great to be feeling right now.
Well,
So,
girl, and it doesn't help that you're like doing Tate McRae, like the hardest dance of all every time you're performing.
Denali, have you been holding your microphone, your brush like it's a microphone?
I sure have.
It's because she's a professional.
You just
I
now
think.
noticed this? She just now noticed this.
No, I have been noticing, but I was wondering like what the
Well,
use of it was.
It's helping me get into podcast character, I feel like I'm like those two straight guys. What are their names that have that one podcast that are super charming?
that are straight?
Yeah, they're straight, and I like never watch men talk on a podcast.
Say, are there any straight men that are charming? Because if so, I need.
I'm enchanted by them. The basement yard, that's what they're called. And
Okay.
2 Italian friends that are just like, they just talk complete nonsense, and it's so sweet. And they're like totally not toxic masculine at all. They're super sweet and lovely. They even get in drag one episode. It's lovely. I love it.
Okay, word to your mama.
But those are my roses and my thorns. Now I need y'all's roses and thorns of your weeks, please.
Okay, Absent, how about you go first, baby? I'm feeling giving.
Berry pants.
Well, I think. Well, okay. Well, my rosé is going on tour as well. I made a new number with my light up outfit. That outfit that we wore with the hoedown, country hoedown, throwdown.
Large
What's their
March.
name for that?
You're a large
Large
Marge
Marge.
if that's in charge.
Yeah, Mercury.
Or whatever you say. What did you say?
Jesus.
You got it. So work
I
it
had
out.
so
Yeah.
much
So
fun on that challenge.
and that was really like fabulous. And then my thorn is drunks.
Drunk.
Messy.
In what way? Is this circling back to me? I'm just kidding.
Yes. Like they don't ever return text messages. No. So like on my last gig after the meet and greet, I walked out and like a big old fight started. Like someone knocked a phone out of someone else's hand, and then they started like fighting, like 3 or 4 people. And then when I was about to go on to do my new number, which is like really technical, I had like my computer, my whole setup, like it literally had like wires and shit everywhere. Literally, my music was playing, and I was about to like walk through the door, and some guy came storming through, held onto me because he was falling, and then someone else, the 2 security, be like, "Get that, fuck out," or whatever, was like pushing him out, and I was just like, and then I, went back, began the performance.
Acid, I think you should take it as a compliment that somebody looked at you and thought, wow, that's a sturdy being. Okay, so my rose of the week, which I thought was going to fix our tech issues that me and Acid always have, but it ended up not fixing my tech issues. But the rose is I got a brand new phone. So I went from an iPhone 12 to an iPhone. I got a 16 because I didn't want to wait till like today for the 17 to like go back and set it up and shit. So I got a new phone. I'm feeling great that I can do business and return text messages in such a fast amount of time now.
And that your phone doesn't overheat.
And my phone doesn't overheat. The last time I recorded a podcast when I was on tour,
let's be real.
I was literally having to do it in the bus because the Wi-Fi at the venue was so bad. So I went to the bus. Well, I had to set it against something so I could record, and I set it against the window. And that mixed with the fact that it was plugged in charging while we were recording made my phone overheat, and my phone just turned off for like 45 minutes.
That's crazy.
So
And that's why she didn't return my text for 3 days.
And that's why I didn't return Acid's text for over 72 hours. Okay. But my thorn would be, girl, I'm a taxi girl. Like at the airport, I very rarely call Ubers. I always do the taxis because they're just there and they're available, and there's like a line. I know it's safe. Like I always get a taxi. But I don't know what has been going on recently. Every time I'm in a taxi, it's like a fucking prerequisite that it needs to be 90 degrees Fahrenheit in the taxi before we take off, because I'm in the back of every taxi trying not to throw up. And also, so I got into Chicago, which the airport is like 45 minutes from my house. So it's like a long drive in general, on top of the fact that I got back at like 5:30 in the afternoon, so it was rush hour. So I was like in this hot taxi with this big man that smelled like onions so bad driving me. And then the wind, I was like trying to roll down the windows, but I was rolling them all the way down and he didn't like that. So he would like roll them back up halfway, and I was just dying. So I guess just really bad taxi drivers, and again, it's always a man driving, it's always a dude. So yeah, that's my thorn of the week. But I love taxis, especially when I go to like New York, because it's just so much faster than taking an Uber. But speaking of New York, you just got back from the VMAs. How was that? What was that experience like?
Truly can't complain about it in any way. It was so perfect. It was just so amazing, and I'm so grateful to have been a part of it. Truly, I'm just like Sabrina and her team are so amazing, and just to like get to see like from 0 to 100 how a VMA stage is produced was so fucking cool. And yeah, I like literally, I'm so grateful. It was so cool.
Can you share about any of the process for that? Like, did you learn the choreography together, or did you have like rehearsal time, and then everyone did everyone get to do it on stage? Like, what was the day up like?
So I guess I can start from the very beginning. I was literally coming home from Pizza Lobo, and I was so high. I was high as fuck, and I was coming home, and I got a DM from Jamal Sims from Drag Race, which is really fucking cool, because it goes to show that, like, even if you're not received well from, like, the judges or everyone that's the traditional people that should look out for you on Drag Race or celebrate you on Drag Race. All it takes is one person that like you impressed or that like saw what you could do or whatever. And you know, I was only there for 3 episodes, and there was one challenge where I was able to really shine, and that was the girl group challenge. And I think like seeing the rehearsals and like when I put like his choreography from like the hoedown throwdown into it and things like that I honestly didn't even realize were like that was his choreo.
Wait, the hoedown throwdown was choreographed by Jamal Sims?
Yes, like he did the hoedown throwdown from Hannah Montana.
That is amazing.
Way back when, which must have been like what 2008 or something. Like I don't know, like so long ago.
Totally. I was a kid.
But yeah, I guess I was fresh in his mind, and like he DM'd me and was like, hey, Sabrina Carpenter's looking for people to come on stage, for drag queens that can dance, to come on stage with her at the VMAs. Are you down? And I was like, whatever the price, whatever it is, yes, I'm there. Let's do it. Amazing. And I was like so gagged. I was so happy and I was so excited. And then I didn't hear anything for like 4 days. And then I was at a music festival because I wasn't even sure if it was happening. And I was at a music festival. It was like 10 p.m. I was not in the soundest state of mind.
Okay.
And I get an email for a flight that's like in 6 hours, and it's like to LA for rehearsals. Let's go. It's like LA, and the way it works, I think Hollywood is so interesting. Everything will be very quick paced and then very slow paced.
Totally.
You know, it's like we've all experienced it on Drag Race. It's very go, 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 and then wait. You know
Hurry
what
up
I'm
and
saying?
wait. That's what they call
Yeah,
it.
hurry up and wait. It's so interesting, and it was very similar in that sense. A lot of things about this felt very Drag Race-y,
Okay.
but it was just so cool. And so I like go home immediately from that music festival, and I pack, and then I'm on a flight, and I'm at a sound stage for rehearsals for our very first day by 9 a.m. in Los Angeles.
So was it like, did they tell you you're going to be gone for 3 days, clear your schedule, or was it like they flew you to LA and then you went home for a day, or?
We flew straight to LA, and they were like, we're going to be in LA for 4 days of rehearsals, Monday through Thursday, and then we're flying straight to New York Friday, and then we have one day of rehearsal on Saturday in the space at the VMAs at the arena, and then Sunday we perform, and then Monday everybody's out of here. So it was just so quick paced the way it happened. You know, I was contacted Thursday. By Sunday, I was given the flight, and Monday we were out of there. So yeah, it was truly the coolest thing, because from ground zero, I got to see this major song in like a pop artist's like biggest moment in her career build like a stage for the VMAs, and the fact that she wanted 5 of us drag queens and I was one of them that was chosen was just so special. But yeah, so it was me, Laganja, Willem, Simone, and Lexi Love. And we were all like, while we were there, we were all so curious how we got casted for this. So we were kind of chit-chattering. And another
Yeah,
reason,
because it's obviously not for your like dancing.
I thought at first it was like, oh, they wanted dancers because
By that cast list.
Name them, Austin, name them.
Name them. Who aren't the girls that dance?
I mean, I love dancing and dancers, so I'm very
I mean, you guys have both worked for like Work the World and these stages that like definitely will accommodate to dancers and know who can do it and not. And then also stages that maybe like the girls that don't as much, so maybe they need more production or something like that. But either way, when I saw the group of girls, I was a little surprised because I thought it was so that we were dancing. And me and Laganja had a conversation. We were like, I think that we were meant to kind of do the dance part of this. But then there were some other girls that were casted for like just the glam of it all, like Simone and Lexi, truly like girls that are like really draw you in on stage. So I was like, okay, sure, whatever. But it was actually Honey Balenciaga who was a part of
The music video.
She was a part of the. Well, she wasn't actually in the music video, but she was a part of the stage as well.
cool.
And we just kind of like found out in passing that Honey put in Lexi and I's name as well, recommending, because I think that they had asked her, do you know any drag queens that you'd recommend for this? And she put in me and Lexi. And I asked her, I was like, is this true that you put me in? She was like, yeah, oh my God, I had just seen a TikTok of you doing Cat's Eye's choreography, the Cat's Eye dance, you know? And she was like, and I remembered you're good with choreo. And I was like, oh yeah, Denali would be great for this too. So Jamal and Honey both had recommended me. And I was like, that's crazy. Because
Figure it out.
Honey and I met ages ago in Brooklyn. I don't even remember what it was. It was just like a show of mine, I think, maybe at $3 Bill. And she was super nice. And then she went off and just blew up. She was like immediately, that's when she was booked for Renaissance. And then now she's just like the in-demand Vogue dancer.
Yeah.
She was a part of, this year alone, she was a part of Abracadabra, Lady Gaga's music video. And then she went to go do the Cowboy Carter tour with Beyonce, and then was on Sabrina Carpenter's stage for the VMAs. Like, she is truly voguing right now. Everyone's very into voguing right now.
Yes.
But
So why? So they got the girl that nogs.
oh, me?
They got the nogging girl for voguing. I'm so confused. What?
This is also so full circle because, like, I feel like a lot of the Vogue community, like, they can be really, like, particular about that. And they should be, because we want to kind of maintain, like, that culture at its, like, purest.
Totally.
And it is no lie that a lot of Rue girls, especially, and Drag Race girls, have gone on without formal Vogue training and done what kind of, unfortunately, RuPaul has reflected, us to kind of, like, we get that reaction from Rue when we're doing it even improperly. And so it kind of, like, feeds or encourages this kind of, like, dare I say, bastardization of it, or the sanitization of the art form, When Drag Race in itself is an amalgamation of America's Next Top Model, of Vogue battles, of Project Runway, of all of these things. And when you mash them all into one, I think sometimes those art forms do get a little sanitized.
Okay.
But either way, like, if we're really talking about it, but either way, I've been received from a lot of the Vogue community with
Go
like
in,
open
Denali.
arms, because I think that they've just what? What were
I
you
said,
saying?
go in, Denali. Go in.
It's true, like, if we're really talking about it, but I've had nothing but such wonderful open arms from a lot of the Vogue community, from, like, Deshaun Wesley, who was there, Malik, who's one of the Vogue dancers that was with us, Honey herself. I've both been criticized, but also I think a lot of people could see that I just had interest in voguing, and I've been trying to get in and make sure I learn it properly. Even Aja, I've taken classes with Aja, and I love her. I have nothing but respect for voguers and voguing, and I, like, want to make sure I can do it good and whatever. But I'm rambling so much more. Anyways.
No,
that's okay.
I had a random funny question about nogging or something on here, or maybe it's gone. So it was on the top of my brain, so I had to bring it up.
Oh my god, no. I'm, like, open to that conversation, because, like, I think that these combos are really important. But either way, Honey was so lovely. She recommended me for it. And it felt like kind of an incubator, right? So it's like you're in these soundstage studios for SAG hours, which is like 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. every day. And dancers just kind of have to all be on standby. We're all just kind of, like, there. We're learning it. We've blocked it. We've reblocked it. And it's like Brett Nelson, who's an incredible creative director. He works with, like, Doja Cat.
Yes, I am obsessed with Brett.
Amazing. He is so good, and he kind of directed the whole thing. And then it's JB, Jasmine Batty, our choreographer. She's so good, so talented. She's worked with Sabrina a lot. She's worked with Beyonce. She's done so many incredible things. So it's mostly both of them sitting down, talking about things they like, scratching things that they like. And it's this, 4-day process where they have that time to kind of just do that.
They play.
Put things in. Yeah, they play. They're really just playing. They're like, put things in that they do like, put things in that they don't. And we're kind of the chess pieces of that game, and they can kind of do what they want. And I loved it. It was so cool. I was like, yeah, put me there. Okay, no. At first, we were starting the number of the queens, and we were going to have, like, a spoken part to it. Me and Simone and Willem were all like, hey, girls, where are the afters after the show? Like, we had, like, this whole, like, little theatrical bit. And then they ended up changing it to put in Jonte with, like, a boombox and following her. And so there's all these things that I told Simone early on. I was like, sister, don't marry anything. But yes, it felt like an incubator in the sense that we were, like, in this sound studio for like SAG hours, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. every day, just kind of playing around with pieces of what could work and not work for the number, blocking it, reblocking it, changing it, scrapping it, doing good things, doing bad things, doing whatever we wanted for, like, hours at a time. And there were even times when Sabrina would come in and she would learn it herself, and then we would all have to go to these like private rooms onto the side while she learned it. So we would just kind of be like waiting around for hours until she felt comfortable or we could all come together. Really, for the like 4 days of full days of rehearsals that we were there, she probably only rehearsed with us for like 3 or 4 hours. So it was really interesting just being a part of that and seeing how like she would learn it separately, then come and do it all together. She was such a pro.
Well, she likes
was
it
so
short and sweet. She likes it
That
short and sweet,
part.
Denali.
She likes things short and sweet and easy. But it was like an incubator. We were just exposed to the song, kind of like mice with Beethoven, you know, to see how they'd react. And we would just like listen to it over and over and over. But it's such a cute song, and it's such a cute little disco track. And she was so kind. She was just always like vibing with us and like joking with us. She's so real. She did not seem like I've heard horror stories of rehearsals of like megastars where they just like are bitches to their dancers, and she was just so kind and so warm and welcoming. Her team is super lovely. She keeps a team of like her besties around her all the time, and it's just really sweet. It seems very like safe and cool. And
Well, you're being very congenial, but I have a petty question for you. So, like, because we were talking about all of the girls from Drag Race, you said 5 of y'all, right? So, out of those 5 girls from Drag Race that shared the stage with you, which person was the worst at learning the choreo?
so here's the full tea. We, in classic drag queen fashion that are booked for these things, we're generally just meant to kind of like stage decorate, you know?
Totally.
And that's fine. I was like, do whatever you want with us. But for me, I was like, I really want to dance. And there's this super cunty dance break that I was like, I have to learn this. So actually, Honey, Balenciaga, and Malik from the Voguers, they taught me the dance because we were just bored and waiting. And then I just started doing it when it happened, and we're on these pedestals, and me and Deshaun Wesley are on each side. And Deshaun is doing it over there. And so I was like, well, it would be unbalanced if someone didn't do it over here on this side. So I just started doing it, and nobody said anything. Nobody said I shouldn't. And so you can see me doing it in the full broadcast. I was like, hell yeah. Yes. But Laganja, obviously Laganja, she was like kind of catching certain bits of it, and she would do it as well because she's a dancer. But yeah, Simone was like terrified of learning choreo, and listen, get Simone a red carpet, and she is like, that is her life, that is her space, putting together a looking incredible.
Oh, she looked incredible. That outfit was so cute.
Girl, she was styled by Law Roach.
Of course.
She was like just so beautiful the whole time. She had that dress already made for like things. She's just amazing, and she looked so good. She was on like Vogue's list of like the best looks for the VMAs. I was like, work, bitch. So we just have different skill sets, each girl, and like she was nervous about the stage.
You literally listed her skill set as a whole bunch of other people. That was her skill set. La Roach, styled by this person.
Okay, but let's
No,
talk about
you
it.
said she had a good personality. Sorry. That's true. Sorry.
Let's talk about it, because that's a legitimate skill set. Networking, knowing
It
where to
is.
go,
It is.
how to put together
I'm
a
just
look
being
in
shady.
2 days for a red carpet. It's terrifying for me. I was getting like neck spasms and like freaking out. My immune system was fucked for like 2 days because that shit makes me terrified. Put me on stage, give me choreo, do that any day. But like that is a total skill set. Gottmik even got a lot of shit for this because they were like, Gottmik just has like good networking skills and good contacts. And I was like, yeah, and that is a skill in itself for this business. You guys ought to know this. But either way, yeah, she looked incredible. And I would say Laganja was definitely like the best dancer.
But that wasn't the question.
Yeah, who was
the question was the worst.
Who was the worst?
This was the longest.
Fuck.
That was the longest.
worst.
She's just trying to distract me from the actual answer.
I guess
Or-
I have to say Simone, because sometimes on stage she gets a little like flustered, and I felt like I was like the dance captain of them, where like when a note would be delivered, I would have to tell the girls because they were so yappy and distracted half the time. But
No.
Simone had the task of she had to work for Vanity Fair during the red carpet of I think it was Vanity Fair or some sort of outlet she had to do interviews for. So she had like double the work than all of us on the actual VMAs day. So I just wanted like she had just a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot of like mental gymnastics.
Yeah,
for
so
sure.
like that was the only reason she would be like any sort of flustered, but she really wasn't, and she was perfect the day of for the stage. So, but yeah, I guess I would say her, but honestly, everyone had their shit together.
Well, we were so happy to see some representation and a friend up there on the stage. So you slayed it, sister. A round of applause for Denali at the
Yeah,
VMAs.
I think you stole.
Yeah,
You stole
totally.
it.
It was.
I'm
Truly,
serious. I didn't see anybody else but you, so I don't know.
It was very justifying after everything that happened this summer. So
It's also just because Acid didn't have her glasses on, so she could only really look at one part of the screen.
No, I'm attracted to the fierce ones on the stage. My eyes go straight to the talented bitches, and the only thing I saw was Denali. That's all I got to say. And then my eye goes to the boogers and go, why are they on the same stage with that one? And then,
oh my god, shut up! It was so fab. I was so grateful.
Well, Denali, we had a lot of people write in, and we had some questions from the fans.
Are we going
but
right
I know
into
we also threw in a couple
fan
of
questions?
Yeah, we threw in a couple of our own questions for you too. So, Acid, I think you should start the question.
Well, just randomly, I know that you're known as the Ice Queen because you ride on the rink. But I
That sounds
heard, is
crazy.
this true, that you're like the first contestant from Alaska?
Yeah, I am the first contestant from Alaska, I believe. Yeah.
And also, you performed with Cirque du Soleil.
Yes.
Wait, are you the only
I
one from Alaska?
Want more information on that.
I do think I'm the only one that was like raised in Alaska. A lot of people were like, she's a Chicago queen. No, she's an Alaska queen. I was raised in Alaska. Denali was raised in Chicago. She was birthed
That
in
makes
Chicago.
sense.
But I am from Alaska and I claim Alaska. I'm not of Alaskan heritage. I am Mexican American. I am not native, but I am like Mexican indigenous. Either way, regardless, I'm from Alaska and I'm grateful for that upbringing. And I
That's so
think I'm the
cool.
only queen from Alaska. And then Cirque du Soleil, yes, I lived many different lives before being a drag queen. And prior to all of this, I was a professional ice skater. And then that moves you into like doing shows. So you'll do like, you know, like Disney on Ice type vibes. But I chose to do cruise ships. And then right before like the 4 years of me doing cruise ships, I was going to wrap it up and be like, all right, I'm done. Cirque du Soleil finally was like, we're going to do an ice show. And I was like, fuck, I've always wanted to work with Cirque. So I auditioned, I got it. It was so cool because I do a lot of acrobatics in my ice skating, and that's exactly what they were looking for. So I booked it. I went to Montreal. I did rehearsals for the show for like, oh my God, it was like 3 months. It was
That
crazy.
sounds exhausting, Denali. Like, what was the prep for your body like? Like, I can't even imagine how much.
Yeah, I don't want to hear it from these drag queens who are like, oh, you don't understand. I was so drunk last night. And then
Shut
I have
up,
friends
Acid.
who
I'm
are
right here.
Cirque du Soleil performers. Like Cirque du Soleil performer, drunk.
Listen, I was in the air too. I had an aerial moment too. Okay.
Bitch, that was some fat guy in the back pulling you up. Again, someone else's talent. Someone else's talent.
Like, if y'all think drag queens party, circus people fucking party.
Oh, right,
Like,
they're crazy.
You talk about people that are willing to risk their lives and like throw themselves into those most insane acrobatic things and like truly risking their lives every day for these shows. People like that, like extremists, they party even harder. And honestly, that is what led to me not being on that show anymore. I feel like a lot of people know this story, and I've said it so many times, but like we were like 6 weeks into the tour very early on. I was doing something I should not have been doing in San Antonio, Texas, and I got arrested for it. And I got kicked off the show because of that. And I was so disappointed, but I look back at it and I was like, if I hadn't have been kicked off the show, I probably would still be on that show now. And I probably wouldn't have started drag. I probably would not have gotten on Drag Race. I probably wouldn't have been on the stage with Sabrina Carpenter at the VMAs. Like, truly, life happens for a reason. And I think that I'm so glad that happened because that team that was there for Cirque du Soleil was so fucking straight, you guys. They were so straight. And I was yearning so hard for queer community at that time. I was like 25, and I was really hoping. I was like, there's got to be gay people in the circus. Not one. There was like 2 other skaters that were, but it just was not the community I really needed.
Yeah.
And that's why I was drawn to drag, because I was like, I need gay people with a shared interest that are doing something in a shared space that is just as fucking queer as possible. And that's why like everything happened kind of perfectly with Cirque and then leaving it. So
Baby, the universe works in mysterious ways, Diva.
you know, I say at every show, I'm like, anyone that's going through something, trust the universe, because you're gonna realize 5 years later why it was meant to happen.
Totally. Well, this
So what?
this question
Go ahead.
kind of goes back to your ice skating roots. So,
Yeah.
hey, it's Sapphire Rose. She's asking you, who is your dream celebrity for either your ice skating videos on YouTube or just to collaborate with in general?
Dream guest on my podcast.
My girlfriend.
Cuckoo.
I got a girlfriend. Yeah, actually, it would have been Cuckoo. I think that would have been really fun. I really tried to get her on the ice, low key. I think that would have been so funny because, like, the way that Nicole could barely skate, I feel like that could have been a similar vibe, and Cuckoo would have been so funny. I would just be scared that she would fall and like deflate.
She has 2 new hips.
I
What the
know,
fuck you
that's the
doing to
thing.
her?
That's the thing. Is I'd be
Jesus
too scared of
Christ.
her
Trying to kill
falling.
her?
Huh?
Are you trying to kill her? My God.
Oh, I'd be too scared.
We should just
Me
we should just
too.
put her on the Zamboni and she could drive around.
Or or just have like pads or like, you know, inflatable pads on either hip and let her like skate.
That is kind of my dream.
An inner tube.
Or like an athletic pop star like Tate McRae. I would live.
That would be fierce.
Yeah,
What would you want to teach her on the ice? Would you want her to teach you choreography? Would you want to teach her actual ice skating moves? Like, what would be your goal with her if you were to have her on your show?
Literally anything. I'm like, you could do it all. She's such an acrobat. She does like this like insane scorpion thing into like a backbend for one of her videos, and she did it live at the VMAs. She's so cool. I actually have a story about her. We met at the after party for the VMAs. She's so nice, and you know that like gay guy girlfriend like hand in hand dance kind of moment that like some girls will do with gay guys? She did it with me. She like grabbed my hand at one point. She was like, "Let's go to the dance floor," and she like, you know, like laced her hand in mine, and we just like danced to Kate Trinata for like 10 minutes, and I was like, this is the greatest moment of my life. She's so sweet.
I love that you got to have that moment with her though. That's so sickening.
It was so cool. That after party was wild. I was so like, where am I? Like Doja Cat was there, Rosalia was there. It was so crazy.
I feel like our music.
I love one of those girls.
just one of them.
You don't like Doja?
I said I love that you knew which one I was talking about. I was like, I love one of those girls.
Wait, spill acid. Why?
No. It's not that I don't love Doja. I just find, like, for me, I don't consume Doja, so I only see blips of her performances, and they have been very inconsistent for someone who was famous and rich. That's all. And well, Rosalia, I have been inspired by her performances, and and she could have shitty shows, sure, but I've never seen one.
Acid.
That's what I'm saying in my timeline.
No.
Doja, like Diamonds Are
Forever.
Forever. Her pitchy Diamonds Are Forever will live forever in my pitchy brain, and her excuses for why it was bad will live forever.
Oh my god,
Girl,
you're so rude.
I'm gonna have to.
The
send
Academy
you-
Awards, Mama.
I'm gonna
The
have to
Academy
send you,
Awards,
like, a
baby.
compilation video of her best moments because she is iconic. I was like,
That's like,
when Scarlet.
I don't know
album
that, you
Scarlet
know,
came out. I was obsessed, man.
I'm not saying I
Okay.
don't dislike her. I think a lot of her music is catchy and good, like, because I know some, you know, it's not like I know of it, but I do know some of her music because they are like, I don't know what it's called, like it held a time in, you know what I mean? Like when they do movies for this time, they will use Doja's music. Do you know what I mean? Because it was like a moment in time. I just don't think she's consistent, but I think she's getting better because I've seen her over time, and she was like Iggy. I hate to say, there's a bunch of pop stars: Iggy Azalea, Nicki Minaj, even Beyonce in their early careers. Listen, I was alive. They weren't the best movers, and you could see them figuring out how to become better performers. Even Lady Gaga. I mean, and now they're like some of the best, most incredible people.
But I
Girl,
think
what?
still-
Not everyone is iconic and incredible when they start. Can you imagine? Some people grow. Some people grow and get better, Daya. I know it's crazy.
I think there's room for imperfect vocals.
There has
and
to
every,
be.
Yeah, and every
Yeah,
performer.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but I think that every performer has their strengths, and hers is so in stage performance. Like, did you see her VMAs performance?
She's so
She did, like-
theatrical.
Oh my god, she did like his 80s, and she's a pop and locker. Like before she was a pop star, she was like a pop and lock dancer, and she implemented.
Yeah, I saw
that
her
into
do the
her,
pop and lock.
Oh my god, it's so good. She's incredible. I love her. And Brett is styling her for this era as well and doing such a good job. They're very like it's a lot of like 80s references, a lot of Grace Jones.
Denali,
So-
were you there during press week when me and Acid got in a huge fight about Grace Jones' inspiration on Doja Cat's New Era?
No.
This was like when we were filming, I think, what was it? Was it press week?
Yeah, promo.
Yeah.
Or yeah, press week.
Press week. Me and Acid got on a conversation about Doja Cat because I was talking about all the styling references that she was like pulling from, and we got like huge. I guess it wasn't a fight. It was like it was a debate.
It was a fight because Daya showed me one image and then Daya said all this application that I did not see from the image, and I was like, that's not Grace Jones. Like, oh, you don't understand, Grace Jones, blah blah. And then it occurred to me, I was like, okay, she is pulling from Grace Jones. Just this one little image is not enough information.
But we
for
didn't
me.
realize that at first, so it was both of us just screaming at each other. Okay. Well, okay. I know, like, while we still have you for a little bit longer, I did have one more question for you in terms of music.
Oh, yeah,
because
there's
we've been
more
talking about like
questions.
a lot of music lately, and I feel like our music overlaps a lot. We kind of bonded over that, I feel like, whenever we were shooting our season. So do you have 3 songs or 3 artists that you're like super obsessed with at the moment that you could recommend for our listeners?
This is a great question. Yeah. One thing about All Stars is that it was a little more relaxed, and they asked us what we could listen to while we got ready, and we put on Brat, and I will never forget that day. It was so fun. Like, getting ready to Brat. It was so
Well,
cute.
because we all thought Charlie was possibly going to be there at some point.
Well, she was supposed to be for the other brackets. I think she was supposed to be for the pink bracket, the first one.
Yeah,
No.
something like that.
I don't know. I don't know. Either way.
But she
I'm
wasn't.
just so pissed that I didn't get to lip sync to Guess, because I would have loved to have done that. I would have done way too much. I would have been thrashing and flashing all around there. I would have been wiping my asshole to Guess, and everyone would have been like, "Oh, gross, she's too much." Whatever. Either way. 3 songs that I love and I'm listening to right now. Anything by Raven Lenae. I'm super into the R&B girls these days. Raven Lenae is like a voice that is just gonna blow up right now. She does a lot for Kate Renata, and she's so cool. There's a song called Dream Girl that features Ty Dolla $ign that like I'm biking a lot in my neighborhood, and the sun's hitting my face, and it just gives that vibe. There's this cute guitar that just goes through the whole thing, and her voice is so airy and ethereal. I would say Raven Lenae for sure.
Okay.
If anybody has watched Popstar Academy, the show that created Cat's Eye,
Kimchi was just telling me about this.
it's so, first of all, like
Yeah.
trigger warning, it is really intense. What they do to these teenage girls that are just wanting to become pop stars, they fuck with their heads like crazy, and it is so nasty. And they even go behind the scenes of like why they did it, and they're like, it's good TV, we just had to make good drama. And it's nasty what they do. I hate the phrase good TV. I know it exists, but it's just it's gross. Either way, there's a girl from that show named Adela who did not make the team.
Yes,
She's
bitch.
so cunty.
So
And
good.
they literally tell her they're like, you're probably not going to make the team because you're a solo artist. You are not meant to be in a team because you are just that good and cunty. She's finally doing her own music now.
She has the pink hair, right?
God, she has pink hair.
Yes.
She's so cunty, and there's a song called Sex on the Beat that I can't stop listening to. It's like in my brain, and it's just like Slater meets Gaga meets, it's just so cunt, and it takes like a sample of her moaning, and it creates this really cunt song that's also really like a deep kind of look at like if you want to become a female pop star, you're going to have to face the fact that you are going to be sexualized, and it's basically the theme of that song, like, do whatever you want with me, I'm like your little plaything or whatever.
Very meta.
Oh, it's very R. Kelly.
Oh.
Well, not that.
Oh, I thought
But it's-
I thought we were doing a Lady Gaga song. Do what you want with my body.
Oh my
Sorry.
God. Get off it.
God, you. We have.
I'll move forward from that.
Oh my God. No, but Adele, love her. I have a couple songs of
Love,
hers
it's
on
so
that
good.
playlist.
We've all
It's, like,
moved
on the
forward
beat.
from that.
Listen to it. It's so good. And there's like a breakdown at the end that's like really that's just really hyper poppy and nasty. It just goes so hard. The production's crazy. ZHONE Z1, I think he produced that, and he's also, and this transitions into my next song, producing all of Demi Lovato's new stuff.
Girl.
Which
So
I'm
good.
so obsessed. I'm so obsessed with everything, the concept album and the song Fast that I have been performing
It's
everywhere.
amazing.
It's so good.
So good.
Yes, okay.
It's the only Demi song I know.
She has been a little criticized for chomping on Charlie's
No,
nachos.
she's an icon. I stand by it. I love Demi Lovato.
I love her so much. I don't care because at the end of the day, Demi did this way early on in her career. She had
What is it? The one that Shea Coulee lip synced to? Cool for the Summer.
Cool for the Summer.
Like, she has been doing, like,
Neon Lights. Her whole Neon Lights era was very EDM inspired. She has been in this bag for a minute, and she's just kind of stepping back into it. And may I just say, she just seems happy. A lot of her music for the past like 2 or 3 years has been very deep and intense and traumatic because she's gone through a lot in her life. She literally almost died. She's gone through like, you know, recovery and drug use and things like that. And now she's happy, she's married, she's just having fun with her music. It feels very lighthearted and fun, and it's really nice to see that journey from her. It doesn't I think that the title of the album is like It's Not That Serious or something like that, and that's the vibe. It's just fun. It's not that big of a deal. We're just having
Also,
fun.
we should allow our artists, like, who are we to say you can't change your aesthetic or your music genre? Like, allow them to grow and change. That's the whole point of being an artist, right? So it's like,
Your all faces when I said some of these artists weren't good when they started was gagged, and I was saying let them grow, and now they're amazing. I've been saying that this whole time. Yeah, bitch. Sometimes they're not good, and then they become good.
Like, let them grow in skill, but let them also grow in their like life experiences. Let them have rough moments and like low moments to have high moments, and their albums represent that. Like Art Pop, Gaga says she doesn't remember that time in her life because she was going through like
She does.
psychosis during Art Pop, you know? Like Art Pop was a really difficult time for her. So now to be able to like step back into that for Mayhem, but in like a more like healthy
way or whatever, it's nice to see.
Wait,
like, that.
Denali, did you get to go to the Mayhem Ball at all? Here when in Chicago? I didn't either.
didn't. I know. We're such monsters, but like, I had just gotten home from tour and the ticket prices were insane, and I love her so much, but like, I don't know what's going on with just ticket prices. They're fucked. It's crazy. No, I will maybe catch it later if like,
You know, she's touring for a long
Well,
time.
if her manager's watching, we would love free tickets. We will do a whole episode about how much we love Lady Gaga, and Acid will host the entire thing
yeah.
if we get free tickets to the Mayhem Ball.
I would live.
Acid, did you have any other questions for Denali that came from your brain, sister?
Well, I mean, honestly, like technically, we should like do a few more.
Yeah,
Like,
do a
if
couple
Dom
more. We'll
was
each do 2
here.
more, if that's okay.
Yeah, my storage is doing just fine.
Finally.
I had some shady, like a shady question that I wanted to throw in, but it was so long ago that it
Do
doesn't
it.
really work anymore.
I want the shade.
Well, it was back. It was back. It's not even that deep or intense, but back when we were talking about how you were an ice skater and Cirque du Soleil performer. And I was going to jokingly ask, what was more difficult, landing a triple Lux or being judged by a bunch of, like, RuPaul Drag Race judges?
Definitely being judged by the Drag Race judges, because there is just an inconsistent agenda there. So, I don't feel like it's always based on merit, but that's television, and I get that, or whatever.
Was that 2 things can be true at once?
2 things can be true at once. I will give a shout out to Law Roach, because I actually really enjoyed his judging, and I thought he was really, like, cool and sweet and, like, said some really nice things, because, like, I'm really close with Utica, and she's on Project Runway right now.
Yes.
Girl,
Yes.
Law is giving
Going in.
television down on that show, and she is really giving it to the girls. And I kind of feel bad because I was like, well, I had a great experience with her on Drag Race, but they are, oof, it's a lot. Like, she's going in. I don't know if you've seen the most recent episode.
Almost as bad as Christian Siriano.
Oof. Yeah, she's going in as well. And I get that, again, they're
Is she?
all there to make a TV show, but damn, girl, sometimes I'm like, oof.
Yeah.
This is rough.
It's wild.
A great watch, though, and we support our queen, Utica. Team
Yes. Did you have a question?
Oh,
Did you want
yes.
to ping pong?
Okay.
Ping and a pong? Ping pong.
Well, this question is from Ocean Devesa. I hope I'm saying that right. They are asking you, have you got your nipples pierced? And don't chicken out, girl.
No, I haven't. They're
Yeah,
still
nipple
raw.
on the pod, nipple on the pod.
I haven't gotten my nipples pierced. I fear they will get caught in a fishnet, and I'm just doing too much drag right now. I've heard horror stories of nipple piercings getting torn out. I just think we wear too much shit, and I'm like so horrified by like the thought of that. So right now, no, but maybe if things slow down one day, I will. I'm just like, yeah. 'Cause I heard it makes them like sensitive.
Well, also if you have to like do body makeup for any reason for drag, like it doesn't really give it time to heal and stuff like that. Like I want to pierce. I don't. All the piercings on my face aren't real, and I really want to get my eyebrow pierced. But like it's gonna take me forever to like have time to where that won't get infected.
Totally.
My eyebrow piercing grew out over 2 years.
Grew
And the day Yeah. So it was here, and then one day I was in England, and I was just looking at it, and it was like I had noticed that there was like a little scar,
Well,
and
that's
so it had
because
moved. And
as
so
you
there
get
was like,
older, the elasticity in your face starts shifting.
no, it's because I did such a little dainty ring. I think there was supposed to be like a larger gauge.
Oh yeah.
So my body was rejecting it, but what's stupid is I literally took it out, and then that day I literally got the other one done and put like a bar in this one.
Sister, if you re-pierce your eyebrow, I'll do mine with you.
Yeah.
No, I would do my lip again. I'm sad that I kind of pulled that out. Yeah, I've always wanted to do this right here.
Yes, literally.
Oh, the spider bite.
Since I was like 18, I saw some boy with this again when I was living in London, and like I had such a crush on him, and he had this thing right here.
But I also think tongue could be fun, like a tongue piercing.
Oh God, no! That's something for me I cannot do.
I don't know about that either. I feel like
Tongue?
eating or kissing, it would just constantly be like, ooh.
Exactly.
The lip was an issue with eating because there was a time where I was like numb, and I remember I was eating, and my friends were like, "You're bleeding," and I was like, "What? What's going on?" Like, "You're bleeding," and I guess I was just like dripping blood, eating my taco.
It's
or
like a
whatever the fuck
Saturday
I was
Night Live
eating.
skit. You're like, what are you talking about? And then every time they panned you,
It
it's just
was.
more blood.
I was just like, "What?" I was like literally just eating, and the thing was like moving my whatever. Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
Asa, what's your next
right.
question, sister?
So so if Ice Queen was an overused phrase, which it is, what would your phrase be other than Ice Queen? What would the crowning glory name be? What would your tagline be?
Hearing about her Cirque du Soleil story, I think Ice Queen has a couple
give
meanings.
me a suggestion. Well, it does.
You could call me Snow Globe. How about that?
That's sickening. That's
So Snow Globe. Oh shit.
Snow Globe is crazy. I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I feel like Ice Queen, I'm not like tired of it per se. I'm glad that I have like a brand that people attach me to. I just went to a gig and they did the meet and greet setup, and it was like all this beautiful icy balloons, and I was just like, it made me think
That's
like
cool.
I'm glad people like still
Think about that.
I saw that thing that some fan made you where it was like a stone, like an all stone makeup palette, right? Right?
Yes, I don't know if I have it. I mean, I have like all of my fan gifts here with me, but like they'll just make me like this is a mirror, and
That's cool.
it's like my name in these tiny little micro stones. Like these are like those nail ones. It's so crazy. I'm just like the fans. I'm floored by them constantly.
Amazing. Yeah.
No, I don't know. I would keep the brand because I like it. I mean, I want to grow out of the like ice princess thing. I like feeling sexier, showing my body, and I feel like when you think ice princess, you think of like 6-year-old Elsa birthday party at an ice rink. You know what I'm saying? So I'd like to graduate into something a little sexier. In
No,
that sense.
Ice Princess could be like a hot hyper pop like solo artist name. You know what I mean?
Oh, hold on. I like that.
Like a little Aisha Erotica Ice Princess collab.
Yeah, she's like fucking. Yeah, I like that. That's hot. Okay.
Okay, last question from my end, and this is from Tori Mitchell 19.
Love Tori.
Yeah, they want to know how your wedding planning is going because you were getting married.
I am. Oh my god, I don't have my engagement ring on because I was at the gym earlier, but yeah.
Because you were at Steamworks.
I was at Steamworks and 2 fingers were inside some guy. No, I'm just kidding. See, this is why I can't be with you guys and Acid too, because like I just get violent, and then I'll just say something controversial like "Dad hits me" or whatever. We never told that story about that, but one of the producers on Drag Race for the sister challenge, I thought that I couldn't do an off-color joke, and he was like, "No, you can't say that." And Acid just like, duh.
Well, I was like, ask him, ask the writer, and see if it's funny.
They're all gonna say
That's
that.
why I thought it was hysterical.
That's why I just let Acid do the writing, because obviously my humor was just a little too
dark.
But yeah, wedding planning is going incredible. We finally have a date, August 29th of 2026. We have a caterer, which is super exciting. We went to like 3 different tastings, and it's just been so cool, like throwing a party with Alex and like planning a party with my fiance. Like that's been so fun. And the whole concept of like romanticizing your life. Like I never really had dreams of getting married. I didn't really care about it, to be honest, but Alex really has, and he's invited me into the process of like romanticizing your life, and it's been so fun. We've been like, we asked our wedding party to be involved, and we wrote them all these cute little notes, and like it's just, I don't know, it's just been really, really cool. And now we're on to decor, and then we're gonna go on to like the fun parts of like what we want to wear and all of that
So
stuff.
you're actually getting married with people and then also having a reception, or is it just the reception after the...
It's
Okay.
all together.
It's
The
all
reception
together.
and the marriage. Yeah, it's all together. But we're basically doing what we do in our community. We're curating a party
A
for
vibe.
our family and friends. And we're like, yeah, we're going to, like, I don't want to spoil too much, but, like, there's going to be parts that are really reminiscent of where we met and how we met. And, like, people are going to be able to, like, experience that there. And we're basically just like curating a party the way that a lot of our promoters.
It's a glory hole Acid. It's a glory hall. That's how they met.
Yeah, I was like, so it's gonna be a dark room. The lights are gonna be turned off. A bunch of lube and condoms. Like what?
There's gonna be a dark room. There's like
Like be Sherry Vine lounge singing in the back.
Oh God,
like, what?
no, no drag whatsoever. But there's gonna be bathrooms with like locks on the door, if you know what I'm saying. You know, yeah. We're just gonna make sure that like we throw a really good party.
I love that, and I love.
But yeah, planning is going great.
I love love. I think queer love is. We should celebrate it, and I know a lot of us have that mindset that you were talking about of like, oh, I don't care about marriage and blah blah blah. Blah. But like, it is cool to see people doing that in real life, and like people notice that kind of thing. You know what I mean? It's like people need to see that kind of thing. It makes it more colorful, literally.
We actually are talking to like even some outlets that want to cover it, just to be like let's make this like a moment that people can truly see, like queer love.
Is that outlet Ricky Cornish?
No. I love Ricky though, but no, it's not.
Okay, period.
Was there anything else you wanted to plug or
We
any
said Ginger Mint
events
is
or
a
anything?
liar. We said I'm a snow globe. I'm just kidding.
We just didn't cover Alyssa Hunter.
Oh, my sister. How is she doing? I don't know.
I don't know.
Oh,
She's your sister.
that you
How
haven't
is she?
talked to.
Yeah.
My sister that I love so much that I haven't talked to since we got done filming promo week.
I have a lot of sisters, you guys.
We do.
It's hard to keep up with all of them.
But I think she's
Oh,
doing
you
well.
do too well.
She's in Puerto
I
Rico.
think she's doing well.
I think she's doing
Oh
well.
my God.
She's in Puerto Rico doing hot stuff with hot guys. Always, she's always with
You
hot
guys gotta
guys.
stop.
Well, actually, you're not a sister because I just saw she was in Europe for 28 days. So she's
I
currently
did
in
see
Europe.
that she was in Europe. I did know that, and that looked really cool and fun. And I'm so happy for her.
Oh,
Well, with that being said, Denali, thank you so much for joining us at the Petty Betty podcast.
yes.
Nick, such an honor. I miss you so dearly, both of y'all, with my whole
I
heart.
miss you
and I'm
too.
so glad that I was able to be in the purple bracket with y'all, because y'all are some real ass bitches.
Yes. Well, bitch, we gotta be on ice soon. We gotta be on ice soon. We would love to do it together.
Let's do it. Fuck ice and come on the ice with me, please.
Yeah. Thank you for clarifying. Thank you for clarifying.
I just wanted to see Acid's reaction to that.
All this
Actually,
sex talk,
Dawn,
Denali.
The only thing that we haven't talked about is low-key the state of the world, and I know we don't have to, like, go there with the, like, tone of this podcast or whatever, but I just, like, wanted to make sure that, like, everyone's doing okay, and that we're all sticking together, and that the community is communicating right now because it's definitely needed.
Yeah, and I love you guys, and I hope you all are good.
Love you, Denali. You're just like
Thank you.
so
Love you
fun to
too.
talk to, and like it's never about things that are always related to Drag Race, which is so nice. And that's one thing I really appreciate about you. I can see you, and we can talk about anything but that.
Oh my God, yeah. Thank you for reminding me. I had a question. What was it like meeting RuPaul?
Shut the fuck up.
Hello, petty people. Thank you for listening to the Petty Betty podcast.
Hit that like and subscribe button, diva. Also, call 347-687-8585.
And leave us a message to be listened to live on the Petty Betty podcast. One advice, tell us some drama.
We can't wait to hear from you, sister.